It's the BNB Show.
Everybody too hot, shot is them caught on the box, don't know nothing about it.
Welcome to episode 2 of the BNB Show. My name's Ben.
I'm Nate.
And of course, I'm Brandon, Mr. Hot Take himself.
And this week we're introducing a new one-week topic where we each list our top 5 favorite players and why we like them. You know, kind of add a little personal touch to it. So we're going to start over there with Brandon.
All my friends know my favorite players. Home, being a Cleveland Brown, been a fan since he was on Miami. My man, Mr. Juice Landry.
Juice!
Hit him with a blessing. I just like the way he plays, physical receiver. He plays receiver like a running back. They can all agree with me.
Yeah.
Number 2, my man Rhodes closed. Xavier Rhodes. That rangy corner, you gotta love that kind of corner. Number 3, the best safety in the NFL, Landon Collins, Mr. Hitstick.
Wait, best safety in NFL, Tyrann Mathieu?
I mean, Landon Collins.
I thought it was Sean Davis.
Continue.
You're excused. Number 4, Jamal Adams. Being a Jets fan myself, I love Jamal Adams, first round pick last year. Number 5, Mr. 4,000, Drew Brees. You gotta love a guy like that. Puts up 4,000 yards a game and doesn't talk he doesn't talk that much trash. He's just a humble guy.
Being a Steelers fan, family's from Pittsburgh. Was raised in Cleveland though.
Yeah, didn't go
It's
very
kind of
well.
hard to explain to a lot of people over and over again. But number 1, controversial now. Got to go with my man Le'Veon Bell.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, Mr. Holdout.
Best running back in the game when he plays. He hasn't, played.
No.
Isn't starting week 2 either. But yeah.
He's not even on the depth chart.
He's not. They cut him from the depth chart. Number 2, best wide receiver in the league, Antonio
Julio.
Brown.
Julio.
Debatable.
I think about to say Julio first.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, best receiver in the league.
Okay.
What else is there to say about him? Number 3, hometown man himself, went to Ohio State, Ezekiel Elliott. I'm all big Ohio State fan. Not much more to say than that too.
Fan? Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bandwagon over there.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, continue.
Number 4, I'll agree with Brandon on this. Rhodes close. Xavier Rhodes, best corner in the league, better than Jalen Ramsey. Not a hot take at all.
Nope.
Number 5, the trash talk man himself, Richard Sherman. Ever since that post interview in the Super Bowl, no, it wasn't even the Super Bowl. It was the NFC.
Play, take me through it.
Well, I'm the best corner in the game. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're going to get. Don't you ever talk about me.
Who was talking about you?
Crabtree, don't you open your mouth about the best. Or I'm going to shut it for you real quick. LOB.
All right, before...
Ben?
All right, so I'm going to start mine by saying I'm a Browns fan. Grew up in about 50 minutes from Cleveland. Number 1, Baker Mayfield. Loved him in college. Loved when he planted the OU flag at Ohio State in the middle of the field.
We don't have to talk about
Wave the flag. And who's going to fight him? The band. All right. 2,
JT Bear.
being a Browns fan, this is hard for me to say, but I'm going to have to go with Alejandro Villanueva, left tackle out of Pittsburgh. He went to my favorite college, Army West Point. Go Army, beat Navy. And just his story and how he played wide receiver in college and then went to the NFL, started as a defensive end, and then went to left tackle is insane. Number 3, J.J. Watt. Not going to be better than his brother T.J. Watt.
So far.
Just a really respectable guy. Number 4, local guy, went to Willoughby South, Kareem Hunt, had a monster rookie season. Fumbled his first play as a rookie and then put up the numbers he did.
Look where he's at now.
That's insane.
Only fumble of his whole career. So.
And number 5, humblest quarterback in the game, Drew Brees. Gotta respect him.
Mr. 4,000.
And the fact that he said something positive about Baker Mayfield earlier today, saying that Baker Mayfield could be better than Drew Brees. Hot take, but
Hey, we gotta
just
see.
makes me like it more.
Yep. Now it's time for everybody's favorite topic, ID shootout. Nate, you're up first. What's your shootout?
Everybody saw week 1, that Jets game against Detroit Lions.
Yup.
Are the Jets a playoff team this year?
Starting with me,
Yeah.
series contender, yes. Do I see them winning their division?
No.
Nope. Wild card spots are where the Jets are going to thrive. Sam Darnold, I disagreed with you last week, and I humbly apologize for that because he looked like a monster.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Whose man's is this?
Sam Darnold, I'm just letting you know that.
All right,
Me, being the Jets fan I'm going to have to say disagree with Ben. But next year, I think that team has a big chance of making a big leap. With that secondary they have building over there in New York with Maurice Claiborne, Tremaine Johnson, and Jamal Adams, I think they could be a lockdown here in the next couple years. Darnold, I think next year could blossom into a top 10 quarterback. And just that offense itself, I think could thrive with one offseason, getting more offensive linemen.
respectable decision. All right, Nate.
I'm going to have to agree with Brandon. I think it's still too early to tell, but I also think that the Jets are still a year or two away. The quarterback, obviously, Sam Darnold, starting off with that pick 6. I thought it was about to be a bad career, but man, did he show people that everybody was wrong off the get-go. Similar to Kareem Hunt with his fumble, reminds me of the same situation with that. Regardless of that, I think that they have a lot of young players. I think this year they're going to have a big free agency signing, and I think maybe in the next year or two, the Jets are going to be something serious. So.
I like that. What's your hot take, Ben?
All right. Matthew Stafford, awful week 1 performance.
Yes.
Derek Carr, awful week 1 performance. Which one's more concerning?
I'm going to go with Derek Carr because Matthew Stafford last year put up Matthew Stafford numbers. He put up great numbers. Let me say that. I wouldn't say he put up those outstanding numbers, but he put up above average numbers. Derek Carr hasn't been the same since that injury. And now with weapons, he's still not putting up that thing with those numbers. And adding John Gruden, I think Derek Carr is a concern over in Oakland right now. I think they need to start in the next couple of years if he doesn't change it around and look for a quarterback.
Wait.
Again, I'm going to have to agree with Brandon. Derek Carr, just off that injury, he was looking at a MVP season. I think that he was literally the front runner, in my opinion. But once that injury came, last year he came back, average quarterback. First week, this week, doesn't show anything has changed. I don't think that's that. So, Matthew Stafford last year, how many game-winning drives did he have? A lot. I think Matthew Stafford's going to bounce back. I think he's going to be fine. But Derek Carr, on the other hand, I think Raiders fans should be worried.
I mean, it's bad when Khalil Mack has more touchdowns than Derek Carr does right now.
That's true right there. What about you, Ben?
I think this is a BNB show first because I'm going to have to agree with both of you on this. All right?
Wow. It's never the first time.
This is why. Matthew Stafford, career-defining moment. Bringing back the Lions against the Browns, which doesn't say much, with a broken collarbone.
Yep.
Okay? After that, he had above-average seasons. That's what you expect from Matthew Stafford. Okay? As a quarterback gets older, he's going to start the season slower. I mean, that's Tom Brady did it. I mean, I'm not comparing the two because Tom Brady's the obvious GOAT, but...
No, not obvious, but he's one of them.
Okay, I'm talking about, like, in the league right now. Anyway. But Derek Carr, besides that one MVP caliber season, he hasn't had a career-defining moment besides injury. Yeah. I mean, if you really want to look for a career-defining moment, you can look at the interception he threw this past played Monday, right?
Yeah.
Threw it right to the defender. And he knew it was a pick before the ball even left his hands.
He's faced the Rams, though.
If we really want to talk about a career-defining moment, that would be it for Derek Carr. They expected him to be a franchise quarterback. They risked Khalil Mack to pay him like a franchise quarterback in the future. He's not playing like one.
I think you also got to give Derek Carr a little bit of slack. He was facing the Rams defense this week, the Rams defense is really good this year. I mean, I think it's a better matchup this week against them. When will Baker Mayfield start?
Okay, he brought it up. My favorite player in the league. Ready?
Yep.
Do you want me to only saying this because I'm going to the game? Week 5 against the Ravens. He's gonna start. He's gonna. This is the 2 reasons he's gonna start. Okay, 1, Tyrod Taylor got creamed versus the Steelers.
He did. He looked horrible.
He not only did he look horrible, but he looked hurt.
Yeah.
He looked wear down. He looked like a veteran that just gets tossed around, sacked 7 times, and then when he wasn't sacked, he was running the ball and got hit.
He looked like RG3.
I agree with that.
Sorry to my RG3 jersey, but he looked like RG3.
So there's that. Second thing is, when the Browns acquired Tyrod Taylor, everybody was talking about how he could be a franchise-changing quarterback. Okay,
Yeah.
but Bills fans were coming and saying he always choked. He never was able to put up these flashy numbers. Never able to finish a game, and we saw that against the Steelers.
We did.
We saw that, and if that happens against the Jets, if that happens against the Saints, which I don't think that game's gonna be close.
No, I think the Browns are going to blow out.
But if we see that against the Jets, then I see Hugh Jackson making quarterback change because he's going to get pressure from the front office, maybe even pressure from the players.
Yeah.
So that's my prediction against the Ravens or against the Chargers. Baker Mayfield starter.
Good. What about you, Nate?
Honestly, I don't see him playing his rookie season at all. I think Tyrod Taylor, either next week or the week after that, I think he's going to pull together. I think Tyrod Taylor is going to have a statement game in the next couple of weeks because he came here having something to prove, especially after how the Bills fans treated him when he left. I just don't see Baker Mayfield playing his rookie season. I don't see the Browns making that mistake how they have the past 20-something years since, I don't even know, when did Bernie Kosar play? He's the last successful quarterback they ever had, I think.
Yeah.
Before they went to Baltimore.
Yeah. I mean, look what they did. They did it to Bernie. They did it to Tim Couch, Sean Kaiser.
I mean,
John.
yes, the Browns team has made significant gains from last year and the previous year and the previous year and the previous year and so on and so on and so on. But
Is this coming from a Steelers fan?
I don't think the Browns should risk it. I think they should let him sit behind Tyrod Taylor. I mean, if it comes down to it, I think they honestly should put Drew Stanton in. If it comes down to finishing off the year, depending on how many games there are,
Sure.
I don't see it. That's my take.
2 things from that real quick. A Steelers fan saying
Yes.
the Browns have made major steps.
Steelers fan congratulating the Browns. Thank you, Nate. Thank you.
We appreciate it from everybody in Cleveland, LeBron James and all them.
He's gone.
Second thing.
He's in LA.
Second thing. This just shows you the flaw with Browns fans. We instantly want to put the rookie in. We have a logical NFL fan over here saying, just calm down. Just calm down.
If we kept Brogan Rowe back, I wouldn't have to say put him in earlier.
Brogan
That's my
Rowe.
dude.
But
I miss him.
I'm going full Cleveland Browns fan on everybody. He is getting put in week 3, Thursday night versus the Jets. You heard it here first, folks. He's getting put in week 3 versus the Jets defense that is really not that caliber, so we can...
Do you hear yourself talking?
I hear myself talking, Nate.
Wait, the Jets defense not being caliber. What
They're
did you
not-
say first segment?
I said that they can be caliber in the next couple of years, but right now they're not that great of a defense.
You're contradicting yourself.
I'm not contradicting myself.
You
I
are.
said they're not that great now, but I said they can be. They can be a good young defense.
Guess what?
What?
Maybe I'll agree with you on that one. I could see him starting a primetime game just so that the Browns
Get
have a
some airs.
storyline going
Yeah.
into the game.
I can't agree with that. For the next segment, we're going to be saying who our top secondary in the league is, each one of us for our opinions. So, hot take, you can start it off.
Maybe not at the moment, but at the end of the year, the Vikings will have the best secondary in the league. Harrison Smith right now, in my opinion, is a top 3 safety. You guys agree with me on that one? Harrison Smith, top 3 safety.
Top
Xavier Rhodes, me and Nate both agree, best corner in the league.
I can agree with that.
Mike Hughes, in my opinion, is gonna be an outstanding corner in this league. He's already tearing it up.
Showed
week
a lot
1.
of signs in week 1.
Yeah.
That pick 6.
And the other safety, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he still puts up pretty good numbers for what he is. And then they have Terrence Newman, Mr. Ageless Corner, coming off the bench, who's a really good corner. And that's my opinion.
They've done.
Vikings. They've done.
Ben?
I'm going to go up with a pretty generic answer nowadays. The Rams.
Okay.
They're new. How much much money did they spend in free agency on their defense?
A lot.
And how
A
much of
lot
it focused
of
on the secondary?
Number 1 and 2
A good
corners were
amount.
both came from
Yeah.
the offseason this year.
So
They acquired Keith
I just think-
Leave and Marcus Peters out of the offseason. That tells you that offseason right
I
there.
just
That's
think
A+.
they, besides their defense as a whole, their secondary is going to be something really special to watch.
Yeah.
They made Derek Carr look like, I was going to make a Madison joke, but made Derek Carr look like Deshaun Kaiser out there.
Yeah. Except John guys want to put up 300 yards.
Khalil Mack made Deshaun Kaiser look like Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with Ben on that. I think overall, as the Rams defense, I think the only thing missing from their defense would be their linebacker core. But saying that, I'd still have to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just look at what they did with that defense from last year, how they got to the AFC Championship game because of that defense, almost picking apart the New England Patriots. The reason why they beat the Steelers was their defense, their running back, definitely not their quarterback.
No.
But
Blake Bortles sucks.
their defense.
He does.
Hot take, cold take.
Not even a hot take. That's
not a
just-
hot take.
That's
That's
just
just
common
straight
common
facts.
sense.
Blake Bortles sucks.
But the saying, defense wins championships, is literally what they are based off of because
Yes.
their offense is subpar, middle of the pack of
I mean,
the entire NFL.
I mean, the receivers are average. Their quarterback just sucks. And they have
Their
better
running
front.
back, and then their line is pretty decent. But saying that, yeah, the Jaguars definitely, I would, in my opinion, have the best secondary in the league. Just look at Jalen Ramsey, AJ Bouye, and their safeties, Barry Church, who had a bad season. But
AJ Boye is all season been studying Antonio Brown just to lock him up when they play him.
And give Deshaun Gibson some credit. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't have a great season last year, but
Pretty
if
good
he
season.
could replicate some of the things he did with Cleveland,
Yeah.
then there's no stopping the Jaguars' defense.
Yeah.
And hot take, since we're on the Jaguars, savior of their team is going to be my man right here, Brogan Roback. Pick him up, have him play behind Blake Bortles.
that's a
Jacksonville
fantasy
savior.
sleeper. Fantasy
Oh,
sleeper. You heard it
Jacksonville
here
savior.
first.
Let's go.
All right.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. All right, top performances and then week 2 predictions. Let's go.
Who wants to update?
So we talked about Matthew Stafford and Derek Carr disappointing week ones. Now let's talk about some players that stood out
Yeah.
week one. So we're going to start with Nate on this one.
All right. I actually have 2. They both play the same position. Number 1, I'm going to have to go Alvin Kamara. Just look at what he did off his rookie season in New Orleans.
42 fantasy points.
Thank God I didn't have to play Mr. Ben over here
Yeah.
week 1.
My team kind of underperformed. We don't talk about that.
But just look at the weapons he has around him, first of all. He's got Drew Brees at quarterback. He's got Michael Thomas at wide receiver. And then Alvin Kamara. Like, there's no way any defense is going to be able to handle all 3 of those players.
With the top 5 offensive line.
And that defense, that young
that
defense is looking
defense.
good. But Alvin Kamara, I mean, he's looking like he's going to be the best running back in the league in a couple years, honestly. If not this year or possibly next year. I'd definitely put him in my top 3, top 5.
I'd go top
Anybody that has him out of their top 5, you need to reevaluate your life. And then I want to tie this in, just because Steelers Nation over here. James freaking Conner, dude. Look at his first NFL start coming off that rookie season that he maybe played 100 snaps, if that. But just look, he had a okay backup season. The Steelers used him as a 3rd and short power back, and now moving him into Le'Veon Bell's spot where he has the weapons around him. He saw that Ben Roethlisberger was underperforming. He's coming off a shaky week 1 game and slow start to the season. It's fine though. 194 total yards. I think 134 rushing yards and 50-something receiving yards, 5 catches, 2 rushing touchdowns. That's an insane first start for James Conner, especially with the story he has beating lymphoma. It's just that would have to be my pick. It's really a good.
Story.
It's a feel good story.
Or let's just try to change that haircut. All right, Brandon.
I can agree
Yeah,
with
we
that.
gotta change that haircut. Mine?
Huh?
He's got the magic touch when he throws that football. You know what I'm
My
saying?
man's.
My man, Ryan Fitzmagic. But I can say this. He does this every time he goes to a new team.
Right.
He will start one week. He will
That's
throw for like
agreeable.
he will throw for a crazy amount of yards, touchdowns, whatever. Have a great season. He'll get that money, and what happens?
Well, he went to Harvard. That's a smart move by him.
He did go to Harvard. But look what he did with the Jets. That first year when he had Brandon Marshall, Matt Forte, the whole offense was doing insane. Went 10-6 that year. They paid Ryan Fitzmagic a lot of money. Then you just went downhill.
It's the cycle.
It's
happens.
called the Ryan Fitzmagic cycle.
Do you know why I like Ryan Fitzpatrick though?
Because he's got a cool last name.
No,
His beard.
he looks so funny when he wears a helmet and his beard is just.
Oh, I know. He's the coolest beard I've ever seen in my
He
life.
does.
Yeah.
Him and
Top 5 player in the
What's his
league.
name?
Hot take.
Eric Weddle.
No, not Eric Weddle. Played for the Steelers, defensive lineman.
Oh.
Brett Kiesel. Brett Kiesel.
Man, he looked like he had a
That's a
caterpillar on
legendary
his
dude
face.
right
That was
there.
great to see.
But
I think he's going to the Hall of Fame.
no.
No.
Honestly,
Pittsburgh Hall of Fame.
I think Ryan Fitzmagic did a great job at using both Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson. What Jameis Winston struggled to do last year is getting both of them involved in the same game. And look at the numbers that they both put up in the same exact game last week. And that is why I think if they can do that every single game, then they're gonna go far.
The thing about Jameis Winston though, even though we're getting off top.
Featuring Ben's dad. Sorry.
Getting off topic here though.
All right, let's keep it rolling, boys. Let's keep it rolling.
Top performer in my opinion, last week. Talked about him last week, how John Gruden lost him. Khalil Mack.
I can agree with that.
Mac
right there.
Daddy.
Mac Daddy.
Did you see the play he had on Deshaun Kaiser? I know it's Deshaun Kaiser, but he sat on the ground and took the ball from him. Like, he's a monster on the defensive side. He had something to prove this week. Lawrence Taylor, watch out for your legacy. Khalil Mack. Mac Daddy.
I don't think there's a bigger defensive
The
playmaker.
Big Mac.
I don't think there's a bigger defensive playmaker other than Khalil Mack. Maybe J.J. Watt close second, but
Von Miller.
hey man, he's coming at number 3. I'd not put Von Miller over J.J. Watt or Khalil Mack.
Okay. Do you know what?
Hot take. All right, everybody, that's it for episode 2 of the BNB Show. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to Prestige. Make sure to check them out for some great streetwear. I'm Nate.
I'm Ben.
I'm Brandon.
Thank you for watching.
And
we
we're
are
out.
out of here.